Let's talk about the borrowing of workpiece. So what is the borrowing of workpiece? You can watch the video first. First, the clamping jaw will move backward. There is a oblique borrowing. This is the process of borrowing. Why the workpiece needs borrowing? Because there are notches in the middle of some workpieces. There is no way for the clamping claw to press the workpieces from the middle. During the bending process, the clamping claw is required to bend on both sides. For example, when bending the right side, you can press the left position. Press the right position when bending the left. Pressing the upper edge when bending the lower edge. Pressing the lower edge when bending the upper edge. For example, let's bend right edge first. It is necessary to measure the position of the clamping jaw. It can be seen here that it is about 340 millimeters. Positioning to 340 millimeters. After the measurement, find more settings for the initial parameters of rotation in the workpiece program. Set the first fixed position. The value just measured is 340 millimeters. Turn this side to the other side after bending. Let's measure the position from the left to the clamping jaw again. Also about 340 millimeters. At the first rotation, we changed its fixed position to 340 millimeters. Similarly, when turning to the 90 degrees direction, measure the position of the clamping jaw corresponding to the edge, and the measured value is about 280 millimeters. We can select 280 millimeters here and input 280 in the corresponding rotation position. Everyone should pay attention here. To check the option, specify C rotation direction. Why check it? Because the clamping jaw was originally used to press the workpiece horizontally. After 90 degrees rotation, it will also press the workpiece horizontally. We need to press the workpiece vertically after rotation. Let's continue to measure the other side, and the position is 280 millimeters. Continue to enter 280 at the corresponding rotation position. Check C-axis azimuth rotation. Here, several fixed positions of C-axis are completed. After the fixed position of C-axis is completed, oblique borrowing parameters need to be set. In the initial video, the second rotation, that is, when turning to the edge of 90 degrees. It is necessary to press the workpiece with toolings, then the clamping jaw moves to the next position of the workpiece. At this time, there is an oblique borrowing. Oblique borrowing is to make toolings press the workpiece. Let the clamping jaw automatically find the next position of the workpiece. So there is the oblique borrowing length. You can see the borrowing and pressing length of the workpiece. Generally, the system defaults to 20. We need to increase the value slightly when setting, but not too much. You can set 40 first and then do the knife splicing. Click Execute. First, demonstrate the position of pause. Let's pause it for a while. This is the oblique borrowing. Pay attention to one detail. Here you can see that the workpiece is pressed, but the tooling is pressed to the short edge, so we need to reduce the value to 35. Then perform the tooling splicing inspection. Now we can see that it has avoided the short edge. Next, conduct real-time commissioning. Let's set the W-axis higher first. Here we will explain the left and right compensation. In our workpiece, sometimes the left and right sides are not aligned. Although aligned to the edge, the tooling tip is not aligned. How can the workpiece be leveled with the tooling tip? Here, a little compensation is needed for the workpiece. For example, if the left side is 1 mm long, enter 1 mm in the left bending length. If the right side is aligned, enter 0. If there is a negative value, enter a negative value. Then click Calculate Rotation Angle Compensation. The system will automatically set a rotation compensation angle. Click Confirm. The same is true, if the right side is long, the right side will be compensated accordingly. Then perform a single step execution. Click Execute. Let's look at the specific situation. This is the bending condition after the single step execution. Hemming and other procedures are completed. After the bending is completed, we need to measure the workpiece again. The value on the left is 14.9 and on the right is 15.13. There is still a little error on the left and right sides of the workpiece. We can make another compensation. Let's face the workpiece. Left hand corresponds to left. Right hand corresponds to right. Click Calculate Rotation Compensation tool. The bending length on the left is 14.9. The bending length on the right is 15.13. Click Calculate Rotation Compensation. Click Update and angle of compensation will be automatically generated. Finally, open the parameter setting to check the automatic generation of compensation angle. The explanation of the borrowing of workpiece and compensation is over.